Hello everyone! Welcome back to another game of Vampyr. We are ready to get going once more. I believe this was part 5 now. So, there we go, that's about better. Well, working hard on slowly getting through the game here. Let's load it right up and hop right up to it. Try to remember where we left off. It's been a few days since I was unable to stream on Wednesday. Try to remember where did I exit? It was close to an autosave, I'd said. Right, I am looking for Sean Hampton, who's apparently gone crazy. And I also have investigations to do. Convince her to go back to Whitechapel. Oh my goodness gracious. I need to find someone who can read Braille. I finished all these ones. Good. Then this is what I was currently working on. Lost. Lost, does that mean I lost him? As in he's dead? Well, I hope not. Or does that mean that he is actually physically lost? And I need to go find him. Well, I'll go see. We'll follow where this is. Mach Omega, hello! Okay. Here. I just loaded up. Ooh, Greta Brewin note. Let's see, from Greta Brewin, command post, 2 dock patrols, object, vampire hunter, fraud, avoid. Some of our scouts recently spotted the presence of a certain Ichabod Thogmorton near the East End docks. Probably see him patrolling the place at night, claiming that he's a specialist of vampire extermination. The man is a fraud. Not even a real con man. Or he does not charge anybody for the work. But he clearly has no clue what he's talking about. If he ever approaches you for some jointed hunt or collaboration, refuse and let him go. In a leech fight, this man is nothing more than bait. Oh, Ichabod. I just know he's going to get killed. Okay, so trying to down there. Need to find some way to get into the sewers. Which would probably involve going down there. Ooh, or what's over this way? Go way down. Hello? Hello? Wait. May not be a way down, but there's a spring. Interesting. Down, down. Yes. Okay. There has to be. Well, hello there. This must be the right way if there's enemies. Oh, look at this guy. He's trying to run away. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Okay, nothing there. Ooh, hey. Put the screws to him. Not bad, not bad. Oh, can I go in?
I cannot enter.
Frickin' hell. This is the sewers right here. But it's locked. Find some other way to get in. Oh. I don't know. This guy's a pain in the ass.
Best stay back, sir.
But these guys attack quite often. Tell you what, I'm going to take these out quick. Oh god. I can't even use my abilities when he's doing that. Good to know. Damn, son. Fucking son of a bitch. Oh, this guy's rough. Of course, he keeps draining all my blood with that little move there. So forget it. Just killing him. Okay, back to trying to find this sewer. Night shelters visited. Hey, a safe that I can actually open. That was exciting. Ooh, hey, what's this? Nice, nice. I'm picking up so much crap that I never use. I mean, I've been upgrading one. Oh, blood. Nom, 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 nom.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Alright. Oh, I wonder if these little blue dots are actually... Wait, I think that's where I came from. No? This must be an underground pipeway? No. I think it's something else. That would be nice if it was. Then I have a bit of better idea. Something here, shillings, as to where to go for these damn sewers. Alright. Let's try this way. In town. Already talked to that guy. Yes, I'm quite certain. Thank you, Martin. Huh. Remember this place. I'll take it. Shotgun shells. Oh, guitar would be happy. Finally getting more ammunition again. So I can use my guns. Ah, yes, I remember this place. Down we go. Shoot all Ziprists! Oh, it seems to be the best way. If I get close. Either that or if I can stun them before they get off their holy beams. Open these gates. I don't care about that area yet. Oh, it automatically closes. Okay, good to know. Goes into the back alley. Docks. And I'm back here again. Yeah. Maybe it's not back here, considering there's enemies again. Maybe this is a different area. Oh! One of those chemical throwers. Grenade? Whoa. Drink his blood. I say that is, I'm able to regain all my stamina while drinking from them as well. Common trigger parts. Good, good. I need uncommon, though. Start upgrading.
It's locked.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So I am back to this area again. Now this is the way I had gone before. Let's see if I can find some other way. This is going higher, though. Ah, perhaps I have to drop down here anyways, then. Nothing there. Hey, what's this? Oh, shillings. I haven't purchased much in this game either. Alright, let's go in and look for Sean, what's his face? Sean Hampton.
Hope Giselle will pull through.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town.
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Trying to earn money, she's down on her hands and her knees.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
She looks like really well dressed for someone who would be homeless.
What can you tell me about the sad saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reed.
Ooh, I'm a dandy.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No, I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
Except for a skull. Ooh,
I'm
she's got
looking
all
for
kinds of
Sean
secrets.
Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Well, she's healthy.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Apparently doesn't have much else to say.
I know I promised you I'd make everything right, Mum. But it's not been that simple.
Ah, this must be where the rest of the people I haven't met is.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Oh. Yeah, he's not looking so good. How dare you? I can stumble at that. We've both changed a lot. What does it mean? Is it all that worries you?
Is it all that worries you, Sean?
Oh,
My
my
long face. Really?
This is a blessing for me to become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Yes, because the skulls are going around eating people.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
You're a helpful skull.
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain?
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
It does seem that those with certain wills are able to fight, kind of like getting over addictions in real life and so on. It's tough, but if you have a strong will, along with
Why
some
did
other
you
help
kill
and
Miss
so on,
Jones at the Pembroke
you do
Hospital?
it.
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
See, I don't think
So
she's
you claim
dead.
Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke.
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
Yeah, she'd be freaking out.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers.
Ah,
The
there
entrance
we
is by
go.
the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
I see, I'm not fully impressed because he seems to be handling it quite well. I honestly don't think that he killed the woman, but there has been a lot of bodies on the way to him. So while I am doubtful, I'm also intrigued because all the other skull that I've been coming across have just been mindless beasts. This is the first intelligent one I've seen.
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right, Sean.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I surrender myself to your judgment. It's in the pits, where the city is darkest, the place you'll find your light. We shall have a good chat later, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, move, I want to loot your thing in front of you. Sit here and we'll wait. Stare at him. There we go. We did it. It worked. It worked. Ooh, an aluminum shard. Folded paper. I hate when it doesn't actually go to the thing. Folded paper. Forgive me, God, for what I'm about to confess. Sometimes I wish I never saved Dyson Delaney from drowning when he fell in the canal. There, I said it. Please forgive me, Lord, for I'm just a sinner. Dyson may be the most frustrating case I have ever had to deal with since I opened my night shelter in the East End. For years, I've tried to understand why this man regularly makes me so irritated. I think I recently found why. Dyson has stopped fighting for good and forever. I've met so many heavy drinkers in my life. Men and women, rich and poor, young and old. I've witnessed their fight with their demons, their past, their guilt, and their failures. Sometimes they can put a name on this inner evil of theirs. Sometimes they have never been able to identify the real cause of their despair. But, in most cases, for these men and women, to drink is a way to keep fighting. Of course, it is a useless and destructive form of struggle, but at least this self-destruction means that something makes them suffer, and they still fight against this pain they feel so deep inside. Even a severe alcoholic like William Bishop keeps struggling with his addiction and asks for a salvation, for the light of Christ. As long as they wish to see this light, there is a place for hope. Dyson Delaney has no hope left. He does not drink to smother his pain, no. I'm now convinced he conscientiously drinks for the saddest joy of smothering all hope. I really don't know what is a worse sin, to deliberately cast away hope from your own heart, or complacently bask in its self-destruction. It's deep. Okay, so do I have anybody left in this district that I need to see or find? 2 more people. I'm betting one of them is the guy down in the sewers, if not both of them. Oh shit! There's just we're going to leave her be. Old newspaper. The bomb exploded just after dawn in front of the Dawson & Dawson Munitions factory, the largest employer in the district. The detonation smashed the windows of all factories in North-South Newark. It's a miracle only 2 people died in the attack, confirmed Chief Superintendent Alexander Brighton.
It's locked.
Unlocked? Ooh.
It's locked, all right.
Generator room. Trying to see if there's... Wait. There's a secret... There's a secret doorway here. Oh, Sean Hampton, I'm starting to wonder more now. Now I'm going from intrigued to doubtful. If you have a secret entryway into this area, and there's a trail of blood that I can smell going down. Not trusting you anymore. That being said, what do I yeah, it doesn't look that good. What am I expecting to find in the sewer? I'm thinking there's going to be dead bodies. Half-eaten, possibly. Wow, this was a bunch of stuff in here. Alright. Let's head off to the sewers. To finish an investigation as well as this main story quest at the same time. I just realized there was a way down right here. More blood. Oh, I've got a decent amount of shotgun shells now. And bullets. Oh yeah. Stable. And it was just back over this way. I'm glad I didn't run around the entire map. Try and figure out some way to get into that sewer. Because when I'm trying to find things like that, I'm half of mind just to blindly keep looking. Oh.
Don't have to start with the darkest holes first.
This door's solid. Means someone's serious about keeping people out. First place to look.
Look at it. He's dead.
Go on! Back to the shadow! Stop, Vampyr!
Jeez, I'm on the outside edge of that, and it still got me. Nice guy. There we go. Now, the thing that annoys me is reading about this ultimate. It says that I'm supposed to be absorbing their blood while I'm doing that. That's all the blood coming towards me. But it never happens. I don't get blood. Ooh, hey. Why are there bullets all over the ground? This makes no sense. I'm just running around and I'm picking up more and more bullets, apparently.
I cannot enter.
There's probably one of those shortcuts to get back.
That doesn't work.
Interesting. Is this going to be the first actual puzzle of the game?
That doesn't work.
Oh, that'd be exciting. So there's wheels. Holy crap. Pretty heavy duty. Let's keep looking around here first before I flood the bottom.
There must be a way to control the water level in this reservoir. I need to find the wheel.
Here's a wheel. Okay, nothing on this side. And then I can't actually go into the... Oh wait, I lied. I take it back. Anything cool? No. Nothing cool at all. Disappointed. Disappointment. Okay. So, we've got wheels.
So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
Sure. And that closes that one. Actually go inside.
That gate should shut properly now.
Oh, I see. It didn't actually properly close. I guess it's supposed to go like that. Then I close it. Go. No more water coming in. And now the drain. Hey, look at me! I solved the puzzle. Ooh, I'm so smart. Beware. Well, there's somebody here eating things, apparently. Okay, the old beware, keep out, all kinds of dead bodies. So has he had a skull for a while? Was the guy that was attacking him the first time? So he has experience with skulls, is what I'm wondering. This is enough stuff down here. Risk. Oh, they're filling up my blood.
Despicable.
Oops, wrong button.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
And last one.
I have this thirst for blood.
I can't go in there myself. Can't dirty these amazingly nice clothes. Definitely don't want to be doing that. Alright. Yeah, dead bodies everywhere. So
It's
this
locked,
has
all
to
right.
have been going on for a while. Oh, there we go. I'm going to be fighting a bunch of skulls. Oh, it's that big guy!
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again. The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity. So learn to respect the laws of Ascalon.
Shit! I have to fight him?
I shall snap like a hare's brittle bones.
It's slow.
Power you cannot comprehend.
Your power to move slow? Oh, why am I not being healed? There we go. Whoopsies.
Dare challenge and dictate.
Go. 4. And then time to waste it down. Whoops.
Once you vanished, I'll slaughter these
Yeah, I
scabs while
figured he was
singing
going to do
your
something
name.
else. Whoa! Whoop. Oh, you got me with the last one. Nom, 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 nom. Oh, that was a good one. Nom, nom, nom.
Slow as a snail.
He talking about himself?
Tear me apart and spill my blood to the pissing wells. Down, stay down.
There he is.
I shall
Where did he go?
crush you.
Oh no! That came out of nowhere. Shit! Ooh, not good, not good.
You found your death in me. Return to your apothecary and needles.
Okay.
Your blood is now.
Need that blood. Need that blood. Ah, I dodged into him.
Return to your apothecary and needles. Down, stay down.
Cloud. Wait, I actually killed him? He's supposed to be the executioner of Ascalon? I'm a new blood. Oh, maybe he was the guy going around smashing up all these bodies and so on that I've been seeing. And those weren't actually people per se. Could be.
I cannot enter. At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath.
Okay, so I can teleport up there. Or let's see. Oh man, I hate places with winding paths. I'm a big explorer at heart as well. I like to make sure that I've got everything. Who knows, I might miss out on some kind of weapon. Add to my repertoire. Some scrap of story. Okay.
How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, and then this is actually where I teleported up from. Which just leads this way. I have not gone. I wish there's nothing here. Alright, game, I see. I see how it is. Just throwing me for loops. Making me waste my time.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
So they're smart.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst.
What?
This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon. But I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scowl.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
Ooh, a club. Sounds exclusive. Maybe I should try to join. I can apparently kill their executioners no problem.
So is it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
The guard of Priwan is hunting him. He is suspected of murder.
The Scars have always been hunted by humans and vampires alike. I teach them how to survive against the odds.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
I knew
Harriet
it.
Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted
Is
me
it,
to
Sean?
find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
So Zetran, that was old Bridget. Basically, we just fought that big monstrous guy who was the executioner of Ascalon, and we killed him and laughed over his corpse and went, ha ha ha, take that. Apparently he was hunting down all the skulls, and we found Sean Hampton. Turns out he is a skull now, but he's intelligent, and he's not crazy like these other ones we see in the street. Which he told us to come down here, because we told him we're looking for the murders. He said it wasn't me, blah, 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 blah. They told us to come down here, and here we are. We found a skull community. So a skull are those random little creatures that I encounter all throughout the town all the time, that keep trying to attack me. They are what seems to get left behind from a vampire biting someone, but not transforming that person into a vampire by getting them to drink the vampire blood. Alright, where's this Harriet person? And I always suspected Harriet was still alive because her body wasn't there. It was gone. They kept trying to say, oh, it was just bits and pieces left, but
allowed me to
makes
wander
sense.
above some years back. It was unpleasant.
Or they seem like zombies or ghouls, yeah. What Makamega they're saying. So they're the ones that you usually saw blinking about and so on.
Ascalon has stalked us for ages upon ages.
And now, after seeing them this whole game being nothing
We're
but
at your
mindless
mercy.
zombies,
Will you end us?
it's now all of
Your
these
place
are
is not here.
smart. Well, maybe not necessarily smart, but conscious, intelligent.
Your spell is enticing.
Although if they like vampire blood, it makes sense why vampires hunt them. Supremacy of Acons. It is no coincidence that Acons are the most eminent and most numerous of all vampires. Acons are the true aristocracy of the immortals, and, if I may add, they are the only ones able to stay at the top of the food chain. Everywhere I traveled, I only met Acons assuming mortal lives or forming an immortal society. Acons are the most human, most clever, and most educated of all vampires. Don't get me wrong here. I have nothing against more exotic species like Volkod. The Volkod was what that big guy was. The one that I said that I had fought and killed. Who share the gift of immortality with us. Most of them can prove useful if properly canalized towards a clear goal, but they lack the most important trait of all, the ability to mingle with mortals without being spotted. Therefore, the Ascalon Club should only accept Acon of the highest lineage as member of its inner circle. Depending on circumstances, Volkods could be accepted as war dogs or hunting hounds, as long as they obey our laws. Luckily enough, these lesser cousins have a natural tendency to submit and obey their masters. From the Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. So it looks like there's going to be quite a lot of different ones that we're going to come across, especially the society. Alright, let's see what Harriet has to say.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Oh god.
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
I got that one arm that's nice and strong. You know what that means if it's only ever one arm. Clearly an arm wrestler that favors that arm.
Your room. The blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
That's good. Okay, there's the proof.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
Maybe if you weren't such a mean, spiteful gossip. Just saying.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
That does not sound pleasant.
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
I'm no skull, but yes, we are both undead. I'm not going to scream I'm nothing like her. She's answering truthfully, so, you know. And I don't want to insult her.
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
So I'm wondering if she has a special kind of affliction where she can either control other skulls or something, or she said shadows. So maybe like me, I have the shadow powers where I can make shadows come up and do attacks.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness, quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Then that one guy would have killed someone? Didn't she want him to do that? Which one guy were you talking about? John? Because there's... Oh, she can control Skull. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. So... I'm thinking there might be some other person, kind of like how the vampire that talks to me from time to time. In fact, that last time when he actually made a physical representation of himself on that bridge. I think there's someone who did... I mean, that might be the master type vampire from the Skull.
No words. Please.
And he's the one who talked to her. Because, yeah, that was the only guy that was actually dead.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us. Spend time with us. And I may be willing to answer more questions.
Why do you live here? Amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From
What do
the
you
guilt,
think?
the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the Guard of Priwen. The Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
Seems reasonable so far.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Shornhampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Probably the hidden entrance that I found.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
You're spared tonight.
Still someone down here. Probably. Oh, he's so close. Oh. He's literally like right with the skulls.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
I don't think I will.
Rodney, you're the man who killed that
Flying
guy.
tumbleweed of salvation incoming!
Is that why you are hiding in this godforsaken place?
Yes, I did. I did not even know his name.
Then why did you kill him?
That arsehole always mocked me for the color of my skin. Usually I let it go. But not that night. We fought. He died.
I totally missed that. He kills someone. I don't recall who. How's it going, Rochi? Glad to see you're able to make it. Sponge's coward. Can't stay here. I think he was attacked. He killed the person and left. What it was.
Unfortunately, I have met several murderers during my lifetime. You don't look like them. I can tell you're no cold-blooded killer.
You're right, sir. At first it was just a simple argument between us. But the man had a bad fall.
Believe me, Rodney, you won't survive here long. No matter what you did, you must go back to where you used to live.
I'll go back to the docks then. But if I die, remember that the blood of Rodney Grader will be on your hands.
Good. That worked. He went back. Success! Know that you won't live here long. Yeah, because if you go here and you take a left, there's already Skull right there, ready to eat you.
It's locked.
Okay, didn't she just tell me to go that way? Oh, unless that's supposed to be the entrance that she's locking? I'm confused. Fine. Oh my gosh, Roji. Forgot how bloodthirsty you are. Gotta eat them all. Ooh, hey, there's something down there. Follow the arrows. Okay. Now, I just want to know where they're getting all this meat of theirs that they want to eat, or need to eat. Where am I finding all these shells? Some extensive asters. Oh, you should have seen me running around them earlier. The hell, we've even got a bar down here. So this way that they can drink the blood of their enemies from a skull. Excellent. I like this place.
Vampire hunters will never find us here.
These are my people. I will leave them be. Well, not my people per se.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, okay. Guess this was that one door that I couldn't open.
I cannot enter.
And it is unlocked. They'll always reward your help. Oh, goody goody. Alright, back to Hampton. This is my shelter. Oh, okay, so this is their downstairs. This is the blood, bodies, necklace, shotgun shells.
It's locked, all right.
I'm guessing he's just bringing dead bodies down here to eat. For the dying, or those that want to die. Which is thus why there's blood
Welcome
going
back,
down the
Dr.
stairs.
Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
This shelter is the tip of the iceberg. You hide your game well, I'll give you that.
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
South for the
These
living.
are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skull now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
Yeah.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of His divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
I will strive to emulate your merciful nature, Sean, but it's a difficult pledge to make.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
On the same path that I am. Huh, interesting. Embrace, I kill him. Spare, I envy the piece you've found. I leave him as a skull. Or I can turn him into a vampire. Sacrifice 500 experience the process, whatever. You will heal through my blood. So I want to keep him alive. So I don't want to embrace him. Now, he's already shown a great will for being able to be fine with cravings, because he could have killed people already. The worry that I have for him is that as a skull, I mean, look at him, and he's only possibly going to get worse. The hunters are going to find him, people... He's not going to be able to help the living. Whereas if I turn him into a vampire, he'll at least be able to walk among the living and continue his helping. Just like me. And I can possibly have my own little minion. After all, I keep getting visions from my maker. Okay. We're going to turn him. I've got the experience.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey His will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Kneel before me. Where's the blood? Probably edited it out. I'm still a new blood, and here I am, already going out. Here's my blood. Enjoy. Hopefully he'll be healed, because he is actually legit helping, and he stopped Harriet from killing people. So I think he's going to be a great force for this. Ooh, new citizens available to befriend. This district will soon suffer the consequences. What are you talking about? What do you mean suffer consequences? He's my best friend now. Best friend. Can't talk to him, though. Did I hear screaming? Oh. There's a bunch of blood. There was screaming.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game.
Not cool, man.
Good
Oh,
evening,
God.
Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
Stop fooling yourself. You've never faced a vampire before. You wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, that's not true, sir. I've already faced one of these creatures.
Oh, really? And you're still alive.
We did not actually fight. I let it go.
What do you mean?
I entered the vampire's den. The stench was terrible. I was ready to kill it. But then I saw it. Just a suffering soul like you and me. I spared her.
Tell me about the vampire you spared.
She was a girl. Her body was a mess. I could see pus running from the deep wound. She was crying in pain.
You cared about her. That's what defines us as human, Ichabod.
Yes, but she was a truly evil creature. I'm haunted by the tragedies she caused ever since I spared her.
I'm afraid your posters were destroyed.
It cost me good money to print those posters. Such a pity people don't take the vampire menace seriously.
Did you really think the posters would be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Oh, he rolls his eyes. The discreet protector.
Tell me, Ichabod, why do you consider yourself the protector of Sean Hampton's shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
And now he's a vampire. The very thing you were swearing to kill. Just saying. So many secrets. So many secrets.
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Like his
Who
neck
could
was
have done
snapped?
that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Could be the Ascalons because they're
Goodbye.
upset that I killed
And
their
good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
pet dog, as it were.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No. I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman scream? Are you
That's
sure?
what I heard too.
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
So, it wasn't you screaming, was it you?
You again? What do you want?
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really? Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance, if you ask me.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Just watched she hulked out and threw him from the roof herself.
I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father.
It's interesting.
29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
Okay, well, we know that there's someone also that has this deep love for me. Wants to know everything about me.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, what? This place keeps all their medicines locked up, but not the hospital. That's something. Okay. Investigations. What have we got over here still? That's done. I still need to find flowers. I haven't come across any. Retrieve some gin bottles. Come up with the grave diggers. Oh good, the gin bottles are actually close by. Like one of the few ways that I can gain experience, so I need to make sure that I can get these investigations completed. Good, rats. My blood is low.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Come on, buddy. Chase those rats.
I have this thirst for blood.
Rat is tricky.
This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
One more? One more? Oh, sadness. Alright. So, Jin is up above us. So, to the warehouse we go. Right, he gave us the key to get in here. Newspaper article. Youth arrested for attempted murder. Last night, a young man named Tom Watts was arrested by the police for attempted murder in the renovated restaurant The Silver Bell on Percival Street. The suspect was spotted standing in front of the restaurant pointing a gun at customers for about 1 minute without firing. 2 witnesses promptly reported his behavior. Watts was arrested without incident, but refused to give any explanation for his actions, and only gave his name. His gun was loaded, confirmed the policeman who answered our questions. It is likely that Watts will feel the full force of His Majesty's courts for this transgression. The young man shall be jailed for a few years at least. That would be rather disconcerting, I agree. And now he's a fine, upstanding barkeep. Oh good, I'm getting a lot of common handles. I can actually go upgrade...
Tom has so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
So if he's concerned about the alcohol, why did he send me over here to go grab some? Is it to get me out of his bar for a little bit? What is his plan? Alright. Next up, while I'm here, are there any gravediggers nearby? 200 meters of this away. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Close. Oh, way over there. It's like, I would need to cross. Ooh, can I go up? Hoping I could just teleport across. Yes, still can. Oh, yeah! Good, because this one had a quicker way of getting across. Well, maybe not quicker, but the only way. Oh, shillings. Okay, here's something. I didn't really hear anything of import. So while I'm running around doing all these lovely fetch quests and so on, how's everybody else doing today? Any fun things happen?
I have this thirst for blood.
You know, Roach was working on that tumbleweed to come smashing in with. Steam runs like absolute shit during the summer. Oh god, yeah, I know. I think I had tried going on about 20 minutes after it launched. Being an utter fool that I am for that. Everybody knows the Steam don't even bother within like the first day. You can can't even click on shit to browse. Oh, jeez. I'm able to browse a bit right now. I finished going through my discovery queue to unlock all the cards. I was able to do that. It took a few attempts. And I was able to play the game that they have once. So I got entered into the... Whoa! Oh, thank you, boat. I was able to get entered into the draw for the games. Oh, I thought I could run past it. Ha I actually probably should have drank from him. Oh, because I was on fire still. Okay. These guys had dropped something I just couldn't pick up yet. But otherwise, I also got an email. It's like, hey, you've got 26 games on your wish list for sale. I was like, oh, man. Because my wish list, I think... I have something like 74 games on there. And to be honest, I think it's a lot more than 20-some. That the email said. Let's see, am I going the right way? Yes, I need to go across. No way to quickly jump.
See them fancy clothes?
So let's see, 4920. Let me see how much experience I get. Oh, wow. Alright, combat's going to be done. Did I get any experience? 10. Alright, so good to know I can grind enemies. I'm curious. Oh shit!
There's one of them vermin.
That brought me low. I also noticed there was a whole bunch of VR games that are on sale now. Any that you would recommend there, Zetran? I know that you seem to be the guy to go to for that stuff.
This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary.
Right here was where I believe is this very spot right here that I ate my sister. Wording note. Hello, boys. About your last message concerning your mission to loot corpses in Southwark. I'll go say it once. Deal with it! I'll be glad I don't report your protest to Edwina. She might go there herself to cut your balls off. The little bird also told me you made a few jokes about what I saw by the pier. So now I'm just a loony scared by his own shadow, or a nutcase who mumbles and trembles like an old woman about ghost stories. Good! I like it when my boys are happy. Be assured that nutcase will come to piss on your bloody carcasses after the fucking monster I saw sucked your brains out. Enjoy the following night, boys. I heard they will be foggy and rainy. Booth.
This is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
Yeah, because this is exactly where I kind of sprung to life. Jumped out of the grave pit. Skyrim VR, of course. Yes, I do know that you enjoy your times there. I always feel so guilty when I'm watching your stream and you're playing that. You get so into it, and I agree. When you're in VR sometimes, it's easy to get really into it. And then here I am chatting away, making you check your thing all the time. Alright, so those grave robbers are dead. So now I gotta go back. Choose what to tell Edwina. Report the death of grave walkers, or hide the truth. You don't mind. Well, that's good to know. I'll be sure that I sit there and continue spamming your chats. Not with real spam, mind you, but my usual nonsensical mutterings. I would love to be able just to do quick jumps across. I don't have to go over this bloody bridge. So long. Have you the forest? Like $13 VR support? No. No, I do not. I played a bunch of survival type games. And to me, they're all starting to become a lot of the same. Just a different setting. Which is why I kind of liked Conan is a fantasy setting, which is what I personally enjoy quite a bit. And the mechanics, well, the combat and mechanics seem to be alright, which I did enjoy while playing it. Oh. Why did I draw my sword? I always draw my sword here, probably because underneath there's bad guys. I go far enough down. The long story short, I'm not sure if I'll probably end up picking up the forest. Eco, I know I mentioned it a couple times before, intrigued me a bit more just because of the fact that, oh hello,
good evening.
that you actually work together,
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
And you're forced to work together.
I managed to reach the mass grave in Southwark. It was not pleasant.
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody should avoid that place until further notice.
The panic in his voice.
It looks like you deserve your reward after all.
The Wet Boot Boys thank you for your help.
Oh boy, thank you for the 50 shillings. I am so rich now.
Tell me your feelings about Booth's belief in monsters, Edwina.
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that's my feeling about it. But ghosts don't scare me.
You don't believe he really saw something then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be obeyed.
So is that everything on her? Aha! And she's got quite the will.
Can I see
what can I get from her again?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Oh, I don't want to see all that you have, Lewin. Keep that dress on. Ooh, good parts. Ooh. Well, how much money do I have? I only have 800. Okay, I know where they are at least. What you doing, bro? His wife was just over there. He must be pretending to shoot over here, just waiting for...
Perhaps we should have listened to what the idiot had to say first. You again. What do you want?
I know you believe monsters are real, Booth.
They are. I know, I saw one, but no one believes me.
Tell me what you saw.
It was a few years ago. Clay Cox was still the boss then. He'd sent me to the shipyard to find out who was stealing
You're
tools
man of
and
that
ropes
wall.
at night.
Go on.
First, I thought it was an old lady with a limp. It looked frail and crooked. Then I saw it grab a bloody beam and lift it like it was a stick. I shouted. It looked straight at me.
Do you know what it was?
It was all eyes and long teeth, but I couldn't see its face. I shot at it when it moved towards me and I hit it. And then it jumped and vanished in the shadows.
You could have imagined all that. These docks can be so gloomy at night. With the fog and the wind and the boats creaking.
No, Doctor. That night I saw the fucking sewer dog for real. It's not a beast like the stories say. It's the ghost of an old woman. Bullets can't stop it. But no one believes me.
It was probably that skull woman. St. Bridget.
Are your friends mocking you?
Even Edwina told me once to never speak about it, but I know what I saw. And it wasn't a human. Not human at all.
It
Goodbye,
totally
Mr.
was.
Digby.
Do I go shooting the wall again? No, you've had your fill of it. Okay.
It's locked, all right.
Investigations. Boom, boom. Right. Why'd you tell me keep the gin bottles? Here's just what VR games I have. I don't have too many. The main one that I've personally enjoyed, and I've actually been playing with Mach Omega here, is Raw Data. In fact, we still have to finish that. We have, what was it, one more level left, I believe? One or two more levels? Yeah, that wall's learned its lesson. It's going to best keep holding up those buildings. What? Use now. It's up there. And yet. But yeah, I don't think it's right there.
Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
Let's see, where was that damn thing again? Found it. Alright, buddy. Talk to me.
Good evening, Mr. Delaney.
What? Oh, you're that doctor.
Yes, I'm that doctor.
Is it true Sean Hampton saved your life?
Yep. The sad saint grabbed my soggy ass and brought me back to the pier after I fell into the canal. I was a wreck back then.
Yeah, back then.
Your story is a sad one, Mr. Delaney.
Sean Hampton really acted like a saint that day. But I suppose I'm just another lost soul who doesn't deserve to be saved.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap...
How dare you...
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Yeah, I've already seen that as well. And then Zatran, Mach Omega was also telling me VR Night, I believe it was. Was it?
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor. Make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
Still has 2 more hands. Recovering. Do not have a treatment for a headache yet.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
Don't see any reason to keep the gym.
What can I do for you?
Not that I'm going to be able to do with it.
You lied to me, Tom. Your warehouse wasn't empty. It was inhabited with armed vigilantes.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Prewen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go yourself.
I apologize, Doctor, but it's just that I prefer to avoid the law, its enforcers, and all manner of thugs in uniform.
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease your customers. Just try not to kill anyone with this poison of yours.
Believe me, Doctor, most of my customers are less agreeable when sober.
Why does your waitress feel in danger working on the docks?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to control it.
Ooh.
Tell me about your arrest for attempted murder, Tom.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested. I paid my debt and I have nothing to hide.
So you mean your customers know about your sordid past?
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub open? I have nothing to hide and I don't judge. That's a relief for many round here.
Do you think prison changed you? Made you a better man?
Oh, I don't know about that. All I brought back is bad memories, scars, and an ugly tattoo of a blue turtle.
But do you feel cleansed of your sins?
All I know is that I'm at peace. I did what I did, but I wouldn't do it again. Does that make me a better man? I don't know.
I was always wondering what that tattoo was on his arm. He's swinging it around all the time so much I couldn't really make it out.
You attempted murder. Give me some details.
I was given an order to kill. I was an obedient gang member at the time, a proud wet boot boy.
Why did you join the gang?
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you were ordered to kill someone. What happened then?
I don't know if you can possibly understand, but I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun.
Miss Nautilus, how's it going?
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with mirrors and music. He was eating, drinking, laughing. He was having such a good time. I hated him for his bottomless appetite and easy life of easy pickings. And then something happened.
I check in this stream. Well, I definitely appreciate the visit. Sorry I had to duck out of yours without saying goodbye. My kids were running rambunctiously around the house and I had to run off to go put them back into their place, get them fed and all that good stuff before I got onto here. With them?
You refused to kill him because you wanted to feel some of that happiness yourself. You empathized with him.
Exactly. The man was a bloody landlord who rented overpriced flats. A selfish bastard. But he made me smile. And I was no different from him.
Was that the same guy that got killed from the Harriet one?
Why not leave town and start a new life after you got out of jail?
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are. This is where I want to help others and die eventually.
Do you think the docks will always be a hive of scum and villainy?
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change. Misery loves company, as they say.
Don't you feel threatened, staying in such a violent and criminal neighborhood?
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reed. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm not angry anymore.
His blood should be quite rich by now. Got one last hint. So I'm still missing 2 people. Oh, the docks. Okay, so that's the one person that this guy, I believe, that I found in the sewers.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Times like these are good drinks just as
I need
likely
to
to
sleep.
cause a problem as the...
This way people can actually get back to where they need to be. Can I sleep here? No. And spend some of this hard-earned experience. Now, I've just found out that some choices require experience, like helping Sean there. Oh dear. Got all kinds of little quest thingies and events that I need to go to. I don't know if I should do that before sleep. Whatever, we'll sleep and we'll see what happens. If everything goes to shit or not. Alright, now my claws. Blood barriers 2. I am loving this blood barrier. It is amazing. So rather than it taking 30 seconds to come back, 2,000 points to level it up. Healing! Yes, this one I use all the time though. I can justify spending 2,000 on this. They trade the instant health gain for a greater regeneration. Okay, more blood to heal yourself instantly. And gain an additional boost on your health regeneration. Overall, I'm going to gain way more healing this way. Oh, and the cooldown goes down as well. Alright, we're going to go this way. Oh, that extra healing is going to be nice. Can I level up my ultimate? Oh, I can. It's another 2,000. It's an extra 100 damage. That is nice. I wouldn't mind getting my claws a little more. A little higher. My claws can eventually stun or gain blood. Ooh. Damn it. Now I've gotten to the point where there's a bunch of stuff that I want. And it's going to be hard choosing what to level up. Okay. When I was getting attacked, I was losing a lot of health. So I think I should probably actually concentrate on getting my health up. This way I can actually survive a few more hits. My stamina's been alright. I actually wouldn't mind being able to hold on to a bit more blood. We'll unlock some of that. And we'll continue from here. And pray things didn't go to shit overnight. The Portrait of Sad Saint. Okay, right. If you ever lived near the docks of East End, you must know who Sean Patrick Hampton is, and if not, you might have heard of him. His name is starting to spread through the entire capital, and the song it sings is one of hope. Sean is the humble founder of the Hampton Asylum, an establishment that he built with his own hands and convictions. The building, an abandoned warehouse gracefully donated by the Dawson family, then renovated and transformed into what is now the most famous asylum in London. The poor and hungry are welcome under his roof, and with them he shares his food, his care, and his prayers. John Hampton came from a background of misery, but the hardships of life didn't disfigure or maim his profound trust in the Lord. If anything, the faithful man gained an acute empathy in exchange for the torments of poverty. His love of others is renowned throughout the docks. Rare are those who didn't witness Sean cry at the sight of an infirm veteran, an orphan child, or a sick mother. That's how he gained his nickname, the Sad Saint of the East End. Sean Hampton is so respected the people still stay in his shelter, even after the Sad Saint contracted a mysterious disease which forces him to rest a lot and take his meals away from his flock. While in some other parts of London, people step back as soon as someone coughs in public, men and women accept to eat and sleep in the Hampton Asylum. It's the safest place in the East End docks. The building looks dirty, the stench around the place is awful for a delicate soul, but there is hope and love there, and the death toll has been low and stable for days. Yes! It's been reported by the press. The prices and stocks of the merchants may have changed. Oh, that makes me happy. After how much I fucked up. Ooh. Ooh, what happened? Everybody's gotten fatigued out of nowhere? What the fuck? Still need to worry about you. How'd this area go? This one's still the same, even though she's missing. So good to know nothing too bad's happened there, and that I haven't gone here yet. Alright. All these little quest things are still fine. Kill all the guys, dragging the average down, you can get it back up. Oh, Lord, no. Please, no. Oh, right. Place marker. Fine. You'll head back to the hospital for apparently they have... Oh, look how big my health bar is now. I climbed a few levels. Yay, me.
Good evening.
I don't need to talk to Miss Cox. Oh, wait.
Have you got any news about Sean Hampton's shelter?
As long as he keeps on helping the poor, I'll keep my boys at bay, even if he pisses them off.
Goodbye,
Beautiful.
Miss Cox.
I'm half tempted to, like, go back and see how he's holding up.
Been a while since we've seen any new places.
I don't need to eat a rat.
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything recently about Sean Hampton's shelter?
I don't give a rat's ass about Sean Hampton, his shelter, or any of the losers who sleep there.
That's such a pleasure. I haven't found
Goodbye,
his
Mr.
mom
Fishburne.
yet. I think that's one of the missing people on my list for this area. No. We are not going that way. No, thank you, sir. Alright, Sean Hampton was over this way. Okay, so we got people shooting walls. Other people having temper tantrums and just kicking and hitting random doors.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
Hello, little boys, the dead of night. I just wanted to come say
People
hello.
prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
What can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
So in other words, I could mesmerize him pretty easily. Ooh, anemia. I can help him with that.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the Wet Boot Boys and the Communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Are you alone? Where is your family?
Little boy, are you alone at night?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home? You're sleeping rough?
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
Gosh darn it.
This city has abandoned so many of its children. It's tragic.
I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
Yeah, and where is she? She's the one I need to freaking find. God damn it. Rufus Kingsbury. Yeah. Ooh, 40% loss of blood quality from anemia.
Heard anything about Sean Hampton's shelter lately?
I heard that Mr. Hampton has been very sick, but now he's better.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Oh, no, no, wait. Come back, Rufus.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening.
Do you need help?
I have.
A real doctor caring about me. That's a first. I feel like a real person.
Well, you can't have it, sorry. Nah, just
a real doctor treats everyone the same, Rufus.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
We go. Can't have. Can open this door.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed.
Yes.
Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
Let me in.
Disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in?
I'm not creepy, I swear.
Don't stay too long, sir.
It's locked.
It's locked. I know, I'm a terrible person. Everyone lets me into their homes because I'm a doctor, possibly helping them. What's the first thing I do? I run around looting everything. I'm a terrible, terrible doctor. But, I also give away free medicine, right? So it evens out.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing.
See, she's having problems with sleep, and sleep drugs
so you have
aren't
questions
cheap.
about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
He's not in the house right now.
Do you have any news about Sean Hampton's shelter?
I just heard the sad saint keeps on helping the sick and poor. God bless his soul.
Why not let the doctor in? Because he's going to loot all your shit. That's right, Rochi. There's going to be newspapers everywhere. Warning! Watch out for the mad doctor. He seems nice and caring. He may tempt you with free medicine, but you might lose so much more.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter, and no one will bat an eye.
He'll come in and give you free expensive medicine and steal 5 shillings. The horror, I say. Yeah. If you're sick. I mean, to be fair, there's also been some healthy people that I've looted there.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war.
Excuse me.
I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no. My Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
Yeah, that
How do you pay the rent, then?
Admire it.
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
Oh, that's nice. Right. Okay, let's figure out
Your
this
son's
stuff.
gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
5 shillings was a lot back then. Well, you know, just like we talk about those 5-cent loaves of bread and all kinds of stuff back quite a while ago as well. And sit there saying, man, things were so much cheaper, but then how much you earned back then also was a lot less than now. All they're doing is adding more zeros at the end, both of what we're being paid and what we are buying.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Oh, that's a tough one. Human mind is a mystery, especially during those times. They have no clue. Just as the cure, he is fully responsible. I don't believe justice is the cure, because otherwise that's just essentially me saying that he needs to die. He's fully responsible is true. Tap into your inner Batman. Because he does still keep wanting to kill people. Over and over again. For this kind of guy, justice might actually be the cure. You might be right, Rochi.
There is no cure for murder, Mrs. Fishburne. Only justice.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
I'm convinced you raised Seymour the best you could. You're not responsible for what he became.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself. It's
Please
locked.
Don't stay too long, sir.
Well, no quest about it.
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
That's British for quit looting my shit. Okay. All that's left is this. Find some frickin' flowers. Oh, now there's a bloody pop. No. That's just where I have to plant the flowers. I still need to find the frickin' flowers. Oh! No, wait. That other dot is where I personally... place the thing, because there's some other events. A torn off page of a diary. For looking away when they mock my color, I hate myself. For crying like a girl when they insult me, I hate myself. For swearing like a boy when they're gone, I hate myself. For hating my parents, I hate myself. For smiling when customers call me Sad Brina, I hate myself. For never finding the courage to tell Tom how I truly feel, I hate myself. Sabrina Cavendish. Well, Sabrina. Looks like we get to go share some more words.
You still working at this app?
Have you heard anything about Sean Hampton's shelter?
I was told he caught a deadly disease but survived against all odds. Maybe he really is touched by grace.
Were you aware of Tom's past incarceration?
That's the first thing he told me when he offered me the job. He didn't want me hearing about his past from anyone else.
Did it surprise you to find out about it?
Not really. I was already aware of his reputation before I met him. That's why I came to the Turtle in the first place.
Most people would have run away because of that.
Not me.
She wants a bad boy.
I thought a man like him could give me stability, you know? At least to some degree. And I wasn't mistaken.
She wants in his pants.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it, neither.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Tell me, Sabrina, do you really believe Tom has renounced his life of crime?
He proves it to me every day he tells the truth. Tom Watts is a good man. One of the best.
And you don't think he might fall back into his sordid ways?
We can all do terrible things, Dr. Reed. And we never know what we're really capable of until it's too late.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Do you? Are you
Good
the
evening,
guy who
Miss Watt.
teases them?
Do you have any recent news of Sean Hampton's shelter?
I still sleep over there from time to time. A sad saint still manages the place, even if he's a little bit more reclusive since he returned.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Wait, I want to go talk to Tom about his love for you.
Welcome back, Doctor.
Have you got any recent news on Sean Hampton's shelter?
It's still there, just like the turquoise turtle. That means there is still hope, somehow.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too, I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her, for sure.
What is bothering you, then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Goodbye, Mr. Watt.
Alright, I think we are now done with this area for now. We can head back to Pembroke Hospital. Can I jump up? Cannot. Go through the gates?
I cannot enter.
Ah, yes, that's... It is already... Run, run. This is the way we go. You. This is a skull. See, this is why I thought they were all just random bloodthirsty things. Oh, I did not expect that to actually take me down into this. I thought I was just going to open it. Oops. Poplar sewers. Yeah. Been down here already, I don't need to worry about it. Alright, continuing to run forth. Almost there. So close.
Hello again,
Two
Mr.
folks
Thatcher.
doing here.
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No, Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital, but I can't stand being closed in. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
I think he was the one who was buried
Tell
under
me
the
about your
bodies.
claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about was their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested in my case.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or buried somehow. Maybe during a shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel after an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days without ever knowing if we'd be found.
Got peanut head.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It was black as pitch. Hours seemed like days, and days like months. Oh, the terror, the shameful thoughts. Lord have mercy.
What you endured was terrifying. It would have completely destroyed weaker men.
It did not destroy Newton.
Shameful thoughts.
I'm curious about these shameful thoughts.
At some point, I don't remember which day, but when I thought we'd never be rescued, that this would be our end, I thought about...
You wanted about butt sex.
I thought about...
Totally wanted it.
Say it, Mr. Thatcher. If you ever want to heal, you have to say it.
I thought about what I could do to survive. Just for a few more days. I thought about killing Newton. Killing and eating him. The man I fucking love.
Dum dum dum. I got a clue that they're in love with each other. Huzzah!
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
Alright, where did Newton go? He was just there when we were talking.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
They were probably
Doing your rounds
necking
as
down
usual.
there.
You and Oswald were buried alive during the war. Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was last summer. A shell hit our trench and we were buried for a week.
Oswald seemed far more traumatized than you by the event.
It wasn't the first time it happened to me. And surviving it again gave me strength. You believe that?
How did you survive for a week?
Luckily for us, there were rations and water in the tunnel. It was an outpost, see? Since then, Oswald's not keen on being inside for too long.
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know, I never thought I'd love a man.
This is tough. Back in those times. Get lynched. Can only advise caution or enjoy your love. The 3 dots at the end make me worried about that one. Like I might be too dismissive, like go fuck yourselves. So I'll take the easy way out.
Maybe a time will come when you'll not have to hide who you are. But for now, I can only advise caution.
I know, Dr. Reed. Oswald wouldn't survive behind bars. He wouldn't live long if we were separated.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Good old church run and everything.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Alright, so Dr. Swansea has something for me. Let's head up and see what his little quest is.
Jonathan, at last. I've been worried sick. Have you solved the case of our poor Sean Hampton?
Don't worry, Edgar. The reputation of Pembroke Hospital is secure. Sean Hampton was not the guilty party.
Is that true? Oh, good news. Good news indeed.
I found Harriet Jones. She's much the same old, embittered woman she was, only she's been made a skull. Her transformation did not go well.
Incredible. Well, why not bring her here? We could learn so much by studying her condition. It would be fascinating.
I doubt that. She can barely move. Perhaps we could learn more about the degeneration of skulls.
Perhaps. But she could also belong to a new species. We know so little of the laws that dictate vampire reproduction.
I should probably eat your asses. You know, Roji, based upon his last remark, you know, it's a little about vampire reproduction. He wants to get with that swole ass bitch. Oh, yeah. Or, yeah, she's like a ghoul. She's got the boils and bubbles everywhere. And she has this gigantic arm. Now, she's ugly as sin. He wants to get with her. He totally
Were there any
does.
studies made by your order on the subject?
Not that I'm aware of. I will transmit your discovery to the Brotherhood's primate. He will be delighted.
What do you know of the Ascalon Club?
Not as much as I would like. There have always been rumors about a secret society of vampires operating in the interests of the British Empire. Though I've never met a member.
I crossed paths with one. A terrifying creature going by the name of Fergal. He was sent by the Ascalon Club to exterminate the skulls of the East End.
By the stole, Jonathan. If vampires are eliminating their own progeny, then dark times are upon us. Darker than I've ever witnessed.
Considering how many are freaking running around London, it makes sense.
Jonathan, our beloved lady is not one for social dalliances, nor the assemblies of dark orders. She's a woman of superior taste and selective acquaintance.
Does the name Old Bridget ring any bells?
I'd never heard of her. Why? A patient of ours? I must confess, I don't know them all.
No, it's just someone I recently met. A fascinating woman. I had thought that perhaps...
By the stole, Jonathan, you've met another vampire? I would appreciate an introduction, if that's the case.
A pleasure as always, Edgar.
Nope, nope. There was nothing. Met nobody. Ignore me. Know what I said. There it says. And there we go. Lady Ashbury. That's a mark for me. That guy's totally cool to being a vampire. You see, here's the funny thing. He's part of the Order of Prewin, which... They're not the guards of Prewin. They're an offshoot. I mean, they branched apart from each other. And these guys are more okay with the studying aspect of vampires and all the different heredities of them. Whereas the guards of Prewin are the ones that want to murder everyone. Or murder all the vampires. So he's oh, hey. But he's perfectly fine with it, yeah. Oh man, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, for sake. I want more treatments, damn it. More of these freaking regeneration serums that I never use because I just use my blood. Okay, so how many fatigue things do I need to make? 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy shit. 6. Oh my god. 7 fatigue droughts. 8 for an extra one. Because I need to have these on hand for when I run across sick people. Upgrade time! Dragobane, can I upgrade you to this? No. You could handle part. Do they go bad? They do not. The only reason why I haven't been building more is because, as you can see, this quinine, the codeine, I'm already down to 17 each of those. This takes 4, this takes 2. I don't make a lot of them, so this way I can guarantee I can make what I need when I need it. Because it doesn't cost me any time to go do it. I just need to find one of these workbenches. Which are like all around the map in every safe space. Safe space. Yes, next steak. Stamina, fine. Ooh, then it's going to be going up to 33 stun points. Let's see, how's this? Barker's at 54. Ooh, this Luz Lupara shotgun does some nice damage. However, I'm looking more for a long-range answer. Upgrade our gun here. Increase damage dealt. Decrease the loading time. Loading time's fine. I need more damage. Guy playing Dark Souls 3 using the DDR. Another one of those. What was it? Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2? Someone had completed it using a Guitar Hero guitar. At least with the DDR controller, you've got actual arrows that you can use, and the XYs and stuff. Let's go for more damage. All kinds of weird shit as a controller. Oh, and Rochi, I had meant to ask you. You had mentioned in Kismet's chat there that you started a possible meme on another stream. What was it that you started? Something using bananas to switch it? What? Some people have too much time on their hands, my goodness. Lady Ashburn. Lady Ashburn. Where is she?
It's here again.
Oh, right. I also need to give things to her before it becomes worse.
Soldier.
Skip. Check up.
As long as
Medicine.
Goodbye for now, Mr.
Damn.
You didn't need anything. You.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Goodbye, nurse.
Fine. You need fatigue.
I'm quite busy.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
I've got a bit more respect for you about that then.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Fair enough.
Thank you for your...
In Detroit Become Human, there's a part where you liberate androids, and one of the androids' name is Greg. Who the fuck names their android Greg? It is a very plain name for an android, I would say.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
There's
Good
so
evening,
many funny
Dr.
scenarios
Reed.
regarding Greg.
Any news about my
Come to the
operation?
party tonight, Greg's fucking your fellow. Ah, the song that doesn't end. You know that Greg guy sounds like someone I may know.
Why
right,
has no one
Mark?
else asked me that since I got here?
Unfortunately, you are not
for the
the
arm
only
falling off
person
there.
who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Doctor.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm curious what he's going to say about
Good
this
evening,
other guy.
and good Did you know Dr. Aykroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
He has an era where every Tuesday he goes outside and screams at squirrels.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Was he that odd of an android? Oh, there's somebody with fatigue. Can I cut through?
It's locked.
No, I cannot. Wait, what? Oh, hello.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
I have to go.
Something
Good evening,
happening in
Doctor.
here.
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Do you require medical...
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Don't waste your time with me.
Fuck-ups are poor, Greg. Oh, man. Just like
This hospital's...
At times, have I told you that extra parts doesn't mean you make it better than the engineers? Not weight reduction. Adding on all these extra arms and legs and limbs. Okay, recovering. Still need to find Rakash. And then these guys are usually outside. Excellent. Exactly where I need to go. Ooh, good. Ooh.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you require...
I will be fine.
No.
I'll try.
Goodbye, nurse.
Or missing arms and heads. Oh gosh. Yeah, it would be kind of not very appealing having a headless android walking towards you.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Do you need any medical help?
Kuka! How's it going? I didn't get a chance to personally say hello to you last time on the stream. In my chat box here that I have up, both you and Rochi have the exact same color, and your names are almost the same length. So I honestly didn't really realize until halfway through, and you've been talking for a while, and then I felt rather silly to suddenly say something at that point.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infection.
That's easy for you.
I'd like to see your...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
You have... Oh, you do have good trigger parts. We're both weird. And then when there's both of you, together. Oh. I'll try getting them for free, though.
It is good to see you again, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm better than one might expect, Lady Ashbury. Dr. Swansea has asked me to investigate the recent disturbances in the hospital caused by skulls.
Really? What do you mean?
I discovered the most intriguing skull. An elderly woman answering to the name of Old Bridget, and a man who helps them remain hidden in London.
Old Bridget? Peculiar name, I've never heard of her.
She's done a good job hiding then.
According to Old Bridget, skulls can lead a peaceful existence like us. They are even able to nourish themselves by feeding on corpses and the flesh of the dead.
How vile. Please, Jonathan, let's change the subject.
Oh, come now.
Skulls of London have gone into hiding. Both mortals and immortals plot their extermination.
Yes. Skulls are the orphans of the Vampire Society. They are the shame of their genitors. A disgrace to the vampire that created them.
Explains why they want to get rid of them. Apparently Greg's program is on a fritz again. Thursday Greg goes to McDonald's, yells at the staff. Status of his double whopper. Has a paper crown, but doesn't realize he's at the wrong place. Mike Rose from Burger King.
There is something ominous closing around me, Lady Ashbury. Something spies upon me from the shadows. Something cruel and wicked.
Whatever do you mean, Jonathan?
If Sean Hampton and Harriet were not the guilty parties, then who? I saw the bodies and the blood.
Your rebirth has not gone unnoticed, Jonathan. Be extremely careful. If you get in the way of an immortal's plans...
Do you suspect someone?
I don't know, Jonathan. I steer clear of vampire politics, especially whilst hunters roam the city's streets.
Goodbye for now, my lady.
Okay. Well, I have one last person. No, excuse me, to give fatigue medicine to. And they are usually located in the morgue. Let's head over to that area. I recall where it is. I believe it was this way. Wait, huh? Oh, that was just his popping up. Yes, I was correct. Awesome.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again. Do you need medical attention? The proximity? Don't take too many risks with your health, and that is a...
Beautiful. Alright, everybody is fully healed again. Got all the opium and everything that we can grab if we need to. Alright, map. That is this area done with events. Leaves Whitechapel. This was the last place, this was the place where shit went down that I fucked up really hard in. So I'm afraid that there's going to be like a dead body or something over here. Sounds like your new charger freaks out my phone and phantom screen presses occur. Ah, freaking phantom presses. You know, Coca, we haven't seen Kismet yet either. So unfortunately, you'll have to at least leave the greetings for when you see her. She's apparently been busy this June with various weddings and what have you. I think Rochi was the last person to see her alive. In Discord, anyways. There we are. Oh, more peeps.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Oh, there's a bunch of them. I can't. Son of a. Lock onto. Son of a bitch.
We'll crush.
That's why you can't shoot me from there. Drink blood and pow. I was trying to peanut butter on that damn cat. Yeah, weddings seem to be a very good summer/fall kind of thing. Quickest way, I guess, would be this way. Oh, right! This is the way with that woman with the flowers that she leaves everywhere. I was very curious. Whoop! Very curious about if I could pick up some of those flowers.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu.
Just have to find where she puts them. Oh, even the music sat here. Oh. Where's this event? No, not quite here.
Gangs are ruining this neighborhood if you ask me.
Yes, yes, yes. Through the trash. God damn, that Greg does get onto a lot of hijinks. The heck? Oh, or is it in his house? Oh, it's probably the hospital. Oh shit, it's overrun with skulls. That's what happens, I guess. Freaking blinking skulls. Okay. And here's something else up top. Oh no, she turned into a skull. Oh man. I done fucked up. Oh man, she's a beast. Oh, that Greg, he fucked up and turned her into a skull. Kind of like that, Rochi. You done, Greg, there? Yeah. Shit, she's level 24. Dang. Oh, really? It teleported me that far back? Luckily, all the skulls are still around. I mean, we'll be dead. Whoop.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Now I feel terrible. Oh, wait, rat, come here. I need to refill my blood.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Come on. Oh my god, that's quite a cooldown between them. It's at that moment he realized he done Greg. Okay, flowers? 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 Flowers! Damn son of a bitch. Bunch of flowers everywhere before. And now, find them. Where's this damn mute woman? Is she?
Please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Church?
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Oh, right, her.
What do you know about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
2 girls I know went to the dispensary yesterday. Nobody has seen them since. I worry about them, in case bad things happen.
Goodbye, miss.
Okay, Bridget, where are you? Flowers. Flowers. Fuck that, I want to take the flowers. Can't? I don't care about the freaking cards. Oh, I was certain of it. Wait, can you give me flowers?
Hello again, miss. I know you...
Oops. Oh,
Camellia, I know... Tell me... Very well.
Damn. Look, there's flowers here. Maybe there is flowers around that one area that I'm supposed to put there then. Can't pick up any specific flowers. Well, I tried. Let's go. Try to erase the stain of my failure.
And I'm clean, I promise.
You can be cheap or you can be
You
clean.
look so pale.
Pretty hard to be both in that day and age. I don't know how much I trust her claim. let's try this shit again. Oh, the skulls are all back. Well, I am actually a-okay with that because I can get my blood back. Go. I'm fully regenerated. Dead. Alright, let's see if I can perhaps do a little bit better this time. Oh, that didn't even hurt her. Okay, don't believe she's doing that because she's invulnerable. Don't need to do that, but small key. Probably used to open a small chest or trunk. Alas. Oh, probably this chest. Unlocked. Treatment for headache! Fuck yes! And a medical voucher. Oh, I already know about that one. Plus a bunch of stuff. Oh my god. Got a bunch of shit in that chest. And a beautiful flower. There we go, so I also got a flower now. There we go. Alright. So, side quests are now fully completed. Oh, all that's left are investigations. Convince her to go back to Whitechapel. Where is she? She's like freaking far away, man. She's way the frick over there. I need to do it anyways, because as I was saying before, investigations are pretty much the only way, besides the main quest, that I'm getting my experience to level up. And levels are good. This is a low level area. Oh, exterminator. Fine, don't care. Continue this way. Through the yards, kind of shortcut. Oh, the looping guy's still. Oh shit! I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! Leave me alone! Didn't want to have to kill you, bro. Ugh. Can I jump back up? Please? Please? Les? Les? Please? Les? Becky, please. I just want some fun. Man, there's nothing on. Okay, I wasn't going to kill you guys. give me like no experience. Oh hey, I'm actually going the right way though. As I lead the giant werewolf guy. Nasty. Don't mind me. Nope, no leech here. No leech here. Just an innocent man running through the streets with a sword drawn. Nothing too exciting. Although if you want me to fight, freaking fine. You burn me, you son of a bitch. Oh great, I have that extra healing now. I mean, I don't mind spending time killing them as much just because they are dropping items I'm going to be needing for crafting more tentacles and so on. Maybe one of them will drop a good blade. Okay, I'm heading the right direction. Yeah, right. Always annoying when enemies don't have the same stamina problems and restrictions as you. Attack indefinitely. So let's see. Ooh, look at that rise up. District Serious. Alright, let's talk to the woman. Okay, grab a torch. He's running around beating people with it. Not even setting them on fire. He's holding the burning end and whacking people with the other side.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I heard that she used to help the refugees, but unfortunately you don't see her around anymore.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
I've seen many deaths in my life, and we all grieve in our own way. Some stay silent, or need to shout. Others need company, and some just can't stand it.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
To be honest, I don't know. Please forgive me if I've upset you. We must all honor our departed loved ones in our own way.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this?
Because I'm the one who killed her.
It's supposed to make me feel better.
No. But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty
And I went through all
your
the
wisdom.
dialogue options
Thank
before I
you
tried
for your
telling her to go.
company,
I probably would have failed otherwise.
Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
Boom!
Matthew.
Oh yeah, 1,400 experience?
Completely mad.
Just leave someone who can read Braille. Those are done. And then I got myself flowers. Go so freaking far away. Hi, Skulls. Hi, Skulls. You know what? Fine. I was going to run frickin' past you. Your friend? See how he's backing away? He doesn't want none of that. He's a smart skull. You little son. I trusted you. I was going to let you live. And now look what you made me do. In fact, you can die from me ripping out your throat. That's what you get. Son of a bitch. Try to be nice, just one time. And no. Not where I need to go. And not exit from there? I suppose I cannot. I thought I could. It is of no consequence.
Are you dead? Crush the leech, boys!
They at least, you know, they yell at you for a bit there. They just try to puff up their chests, make themselves sound tougher than they are. Oh, Pembroke Hospital. Let's see here. Alright, there's an autosave. It's actually quite late in the evening now. So I do believe I'm going to end the stream right here. Ooh, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. We're moving along. Getting powerful. Starting to find out quite a bit more about this. I'm curious about these Ascalons. And we had another boss fight. Looking good. Alright. So we will pick this back up again on Monday. And I hope everyone has themselves a wonderful evening. If you're not in my Discord, feel free to join. I post all my announcements in there. For example, I had to cancel my stream on Wednesday. So I tweeted about that and threw it in my Discord as well, just this way everybody's kept up to date, nobody's wondering where I am. I'm quite active in there. You can find the links to that down in my description page on my Twitch page here. So anyways, have yourselves a wonderful evening, and I'll see you on Monday.